過ぎた季節が嘘だとしても重ねたぬくもりは嘘じゃない君が残した背中の傷跡は今もずっと甘くてだからずっと痛くて
Yo, hey there guys, it is your boy, Leon Mookie here, and I'm back with another chapter of Trails of Cold Steel, A Hero Rising. And in the last chapter, I went over, Izuku beginning his first day at Thor's, with him trekking around the small town of Trista, and also him meeting his future classmates in the new class known as Class 7, where he soon is, taking part in a exercise from his teacher, his homeroom teacher, named Sarah Valentine, where they had to travel through a dungeon and get through the other side back to the top. During this exercise, he partners up with Rean, Gaius, and Elliott as they work together to get back. So, with that said, let's get into this, shall we guys? Chapter 2, Prologue, Part 2. Still in the underground caverns as they soon enter inside, both Izuku, Rean, Elliott, and Gaius finally walk through, as then Elliott freaks out saying, "Ah! It's a monster!" With then Izuku saying, "First time seeing a monster, Elliott?" With saying, "Yeah, I'm not used to them. I lived in Heimdall, the capital city of Erebonia, my entire life. So seeing them for the first time is really..." With then guys saying, it's hard to overcome such things like this if you're not used to them. But let's take care of it. But then Rean saying, "Yeah, it looks like that of a flying feline, so we should be able to take care of it with ease. You three ready?" With all three of them nodding. But soon, they take on the creature as the flying creature notices them and soon attacks. With then Izuku stepping in and blocking the attack with his Najidama. With then soon saying, "Guys, now!" With then Elliott shooting small light orbs at the creature as it soon flinches and actually flies back from the pain. With then soon Gaius stabs it behind. With now Rean dealing the final blow onto the creature. With soon it falls down on the ground, dying. With soon they resheath their weapons. With then Elliott saying, "Oh, do we have to keep dealing with creatures like that all the time?" With soon guys saying, "Unfortunately, yes. But as long as the four of us work together, we should be able to handle something like this again." But then Izuku saying, "Plus it was only one. As long as we don't face against a swarm of them, we should be able to handle ourselves. But even so, like Gaius said, if we work together, we should be able to handle this." With soon Rean saying, "Correct. So let's keep on going." With then they keep going through. With soon they see another monster as it looks somewhat slimy and begins moving around as thinking, "So isn't that a slime?" With then Rean saying, "Yeah, honestly, I don't think our attack, me, Izuku, and Gaius' attacks are going to work. We should probably use our Arcuses for this one." But then Elliott saying, "Good idea. Especially, my herbal staff works the same way as Arts does. Probably not on the same power level, but still close enough." With then Izuku saying, "All right, let's do this. But I'll let you guys know, arts aren't really my specialty though. I could still use them, but I don't have a great affinity, even with an orbment. With then Rean saying, don't worry, thanks for telling us that, Izuku. With Izuku nodding, but soon they pulling back out their weapons as they about to take on the slime. With soon Elliott steps up as he's now casting an art. With soon he needs time to prepare it. Within both Gaius and Rean distracted. With soon Izuku also preparing an art just in case that they need to deal more damage to it. With soon Elliott saying, take this. With then a water bullet attack shoots at the slime, knocking it back before Izuku finishes off with that of a wind slice. But then cutting the slime in half and it's soon disappearing. With that, they finish it off easily. With soon guys saying, well, that takes care of that. With Rean saying, yeah, looks like our teamwork worked pretty well. With then looking at Izuku saying, nice work, Izuku. You say you're not really good with arts, saying, I ain't. So, but to make up for it, I decided to, incorporate my arts with other people, finding out a way to actually deal more damage to enemies, even though my orbment using is not really the best. So I make up for it with teamwork, if I can. Hopefully I wasn't really getting in your way, Elliott. With then Elliott saying, oh, nothing like that, Izuku. If anything, you're a great help. Honestly, I'm actually glad that somebody is just as nervous and, is me, to be honest, with soon. With then Izuku also laughing nervously, with soon feeling somewhat also, happy that Izuku is teamed up with Elliott. With soon guys saying, we should keep on moving. I still sense that there are still monsters ahead of us. Within Rean saying, yeah, let's go everyone. With then they'll continue moving through. Within as they continue going through the dungeon layout. With Elliott saying, man, I feel like the further we go, the more harder it is to tell which way is which. With soon Izuku saying, not necessarily. If we focus on the enemies we've taken on from the enemies we haven't, we should be able to know the perfect place to go. We also need to make sure that we retrace our steps as well. With then Rean saying, you know quite a bit of this, Izuku. I can tell you've faced against your fair share of monsters, but have you gone through any dungeon layouts? Mostly for training, though, but nothing too seriously. I've always just stayed at the entrance area. I never actually go anywhere deeper, letting you guys know. With then guys saying, even so, knowledge like that is still useful in a situation like this. I'm truly grateful to have you part of our team, Izuku. With then Izuku saying, thank you, Gaius. I really appreciate that. With Izuku internally thinking, somebody appreciates me, even after everything I've gone through. Maybe Dad was right. Maybe coming to Thor's was a good idea. As they reach further in the dungeon, they soon see an open wide area, which further ahead, there are a couple of steps. With soon, they see a bunch of grasshopper-like monsters. With soon, coin beetle. With then soon, Izuku saying, oh man, coin beetles. I haven't seen those things in a long time. With soon, Elliott saying, and there's so many of them. Do we really have to deal with this? With soon, guys saying, best way to clear them is if we use our crafts. With then, Elliott saying, good idea. If we use clearing them a lot more easier if we use craft skills. Then Izuku saying, right. With part of him actually has that of a small smile, as soon he clenches his fist, but then realizes, right, I can't use that. But soon he pulls out his Najinama once again, with alongside Rean drawing his Itachi, Gaius bringing out his cross spear, and Elliott bringing out his orbital staff, as they soon head to the horde of insectic-like creatures. Where soon they began seeing the young students. With soon one of them tries to jump at Rean. However, Rean counters with cutting him in half. With soon he sheaths his Itachi. With soon saying, "Craft, Autumn Life Cutter." With soon he rushes towards the nearest coin beetles. And then dozens of slashes happen all around them. Then soon Gaius also prepares one of his crafts as well. As soon he prepares his cross spear, as wind-like energy begins swarming around the blade, around the spear point. With soon saying, "Gale Stinger!" With then sending that blast of wind energy towards the coin beetles. With then soon Elliott saying, "Whoa!" As then Elliott dodges one of the beetles, saying, "Ah!" As he soon shoots that of orbital energy right at the insect creatures. With then it only feels a little bit of pain before Izuku slashes through it, saying, "I got your back, Elliott." Saying, "Thank you, Izuku." With soon saying, "My turn. Hopefully this works." As he grips his Najinama once more, as then he brings it back, saying, "Twilight Slash!" With soon sending that of a tornado of slashes right at the beetles, killing at least a few of them. With then Rean saying, "Nice work, Izuku." With then guys saying, "Not truly, it's well to have that you were able to take care of them as well." With soon Izuku saying, "Thank you, guys." With saying, "We still have more to go," as there are at least 3 more left. With soon both Gaius, Rean, and Izuku, alongside Elliott, was able to finish them off effortlessly with no time to spare. However, doing so made Elliott a little bit tired, as he's now holding his hand to his chest, trying to catch his breath, saying, "Oh, that was something." However, Elliott soon goes down onto his knees for a bit. With soon both Izuku, Gaius, and Rean look back at the red-haired teen, with Rean saying, "Elliott, are you okay?" With Gaius saying, "I don't see any injuries." With soon Elliott saying, I'm okay. I just need to recover a little bit. But I am a big relief that the fight was over, facing in so many of those things. But I'm still shocked and surprised seeing the 3 of you actually holding up. Even you, Izuku, and you're just as nervous as me. The 3 of you are not even tired or winded one bit. With soon Izuku scratching the back of his head, saying, "Oh, really? I mean, for my training, my dad told me I had to fight against at least a little bit of monsters, given that I might come across them, given that I hear that, well, Thors do go through field study trips around Erebonia." With then guys saying, "Well, I don't see this as too taxing, I guess. I'm just used to fighting monsters where I'm from." Within Rean saying, "Need a hand, Elliott?" With Izuku saying, "Yeah, we could help you up if you're feeling a little bit exhausted. You can lean on me if you feel like it." With then Elliott saying, No, just a mere exhaustion, that's all. I'll be up in a little bit." As Izuku saying, "If you say so." with Elliott began standing up, but soon Gaius and Rean noticed that a monster is one of the beetles are actually about to jump on Elliott. But soon Gaius gasped with Rean saying, "Elliott, look out!" With then Izuku saying, "Behind you!" As it jumps into the air, both Izuku and Rean were about to run to Elliott. However, it soon their gunshots echoed through the place where they were fighting. But soon the coin beetle is shut. However, both Rean and Izuku were able to finish it off. Then they hear a voice saying, "Looks like I made it just in time. Thank Adios for that." As they turn around and see the voice of, Machias, as he has hit an orbital shotgun in his hands. With then Elliott saying, "Oh, it's you." With then Gaius saying, "Oh, your name is Machias, wasn't it?" With Machias saying, "Yes, that's right." With soon him walking up to the four, saying, "I come to realize that I shouldn't have just stormed off like what I did. I let that damn arrogant noble goat me into acting on pure impulse alone. And for that, I am truly sorry. I acted too foolishly, and for that, I hope that you can all forgive me for such actions." Within Rean saying, "No sweat, water under the bridge, Machias." With then Elliott saying, "Yeah, I mean, it's only human nature to regret your actions soon after." And with then Izuku saying, "Yeah, trust me, I've seen somebody has quite the anger management problem and takes every little thing as that of a challenge or an insult." With then Izuku remembering a certain person back in Crossbell who basically did nothing but yell aggressively at everybody around him. With soon Elliott saying, "Also, thank you for saving my life there." With Machias saying, "I'm just glad I was able to pass by. All I did was retrace my steps, and, here are the four you are." Within Machias looks around saying, "So it's just the four of you, or five of us, by that chance." With then soon Rean saying, "Yeah, we all just stood around while everybody else went up ahead. No point with soon. So, and I'm pretty sure everybody is already at further points than what we are." With then Gaius saying, "There's no point of heading back there right now. I doubt anybody else is behind us, since we are the last four." With soon Izuku saying, "Yeah, also, we've took care of the remaining monsters in the area too, so doubtful that we'll have to you have to deal with anyone else, even if you did go back there." With hearing this saying, I see. Thank you, you two. And you wouldn't suppose on letting me tag along, would you? I'm quite skilled with an orbital gun, so I hope you don't mind. I would be quite useful if you guys feel like it." Within Izuku saying, "Of course, the more the merrier." With then everyone sheathing their weapons. Within the four boys introducing themselves alongside Machias once again. Within Machias actually having something go through his head saying, "Oh, right, I should ask this if it's no bother. Can I ask the four of you your social class by any chance?" Within the four boys actually caught off guard in surprise. Within Machias saying, "Please don't take it any offense to that. Even given my recent outbursts, I just want to know on who I'm associating with, that's all." With Elliott saying that both his parents are commoners and Gaius also saying that he's commoner, but given that, his homeland doesn't have a class system at all. With then Izuku saying, "I'm a commoner, but in Crossbell, there's not really a speck of nobility, to be honest." you're either low class or mid class or high class, given on how much wealth a person has in Crossbell. That's all. With then soon guys saying, I see. So you're from Crossbell, the city-state Crossbell. With Izuku saying, yeah. Well, what about you, Rean? With then soon Rean looks at Izuku, and then he looks at Machias. With Rean pausing for a bit, saying, well, let's just say I don't have a drop of noble blood in my veins, so we're all on equal standing, to be fair. With then everybody else, didn't really think about it, as it seemed natural for Izuku. The way that Rean said that line, it almost felt, to him, off. With then soon Izuku just shook it off and just thinks that he's overthinking things right now. With then Maki saying, well, that's a relief, but we should continue moving forward then. I'm worried about the ladies in our class as well. I would feel a lot more, at ease knowing that we'll be able to help them out of danger just in case. With then Izuku saying, well, that's quite chivalrous of you, Machias, but saying something like that does seem a little bit, with then Maki saying, oh, nothing out of sorts. If I believe that they can handle themselves, I believe it. I just want to make sure that they're okay. That's all. With soon guys saying, nothing wrong with that. With then Elliott saying, yeah, probably. Within Rean saying, probably you should see it more as a strength in numbers kind of deal, right, Machias, Izuku? With then both green nets look at the raven blue-haired boy, with saying, I guess you're right. With then saying, come on, let's all keep going forward. As now Machias is part of the group for a bit, as they soon continue moving forward, taking care of low-ranking monsters in the area. With soon Machias actually breaking up a conversation saying, what's a place like this even doing under the school grounds? With Elliott saying, yeah, who just puts a giant trap door like that in the campus building? With then Izuku saying, part of me believes that there's more to this place than just being an old campus. With soon Izuku looks at Rean saying, hey, Rean, Machias, Elliott, you guys know about, these seem more like old school ruins by any chance. You guys know about ruins like this here in Erebonia? With soon both Erebonian boys look at Izuku with Maki saying, not that I heard of. I came to Thor's because it's quite prestige and is quite well known, but none of its graduates and alumnus never talk about underground ruins before. With then Elliott saying, yeah, actually my dad originally came from Thor's, so he never told me about this place before, so it has to be somewhat new. Within Gaius saying, I actually with Izuku on this one. If this place was new, it wouldn't have as many monsters as it did, or possibly be roaming around like there's no problem. With then Rean saying, honestly, I think you guys are right. It depends. Most likely, the school might have found this place last year, and possibly has started using it as a training center for the students. I can't say which, but I'm guessing word must be the first by any chance. With soon Maki saying, if that's the case, I'm going to be needing to speak my complaints to our homeroom teacher once this is all over about this place, if that's so. With soon Rean saying, let's just focus on getting out of here and finding the others if we can. With Izuku saying, I agree. As the five boys continue walking, they soon reach that of a two-way path, one going left and one going right. With soon they hear a feminine voice saying, looks like we meet again. With then the boys stopping, with then seeing the three other girls that went ahead of them, as the brunette with the long blue ponytail, the brunette-haired girl with that of the braided ponytail and glasses, and also the blonde-haired girl with the pigtails. With then both Rean and the blonde-haired girl began gasping at each other, surprised to see one another. With Izuku saying, the three of you are okay. With then Elliott saying, yeah, good to know that you three are you're good hanging in there. But soon the glasses girl saying, I'm glad to see that the five of you are unharmed as well. Thank Gaius for that. With then the blue-haired girl saying, it seems like you've cooled your head there a bit now. That's good. That's a good thing, at least. With soon Machias sighing at the comment and then saying, yes, I have calmed down now. But even so, I promise you, something like that has never happened to me before, and for that I wish to apologize. With then Izuku saying, Machias, you don't need to always apologize for that. Like Elliott said, it's human nature to feel, aggravated like that. With then Machias saying, I understand where you're coming from, Izuku, but even so, such an outburst like that is unprofessional, especially after getting irritated by a noble like him. With then the girl with that of a long ponytail couldn't help but notice that comment with soon, but however, she just lets it slide for a bit before she introduces herself. I guess I didn't get the chance to introduce myself, have I? My name is Laura S. Arcade. I'm from the town of LaGrail. It's a pleasure to have your acquaintance, everyone. With then Rean saying, LaGrail? That's a town in the southeastern part of, Erebonia, if I recall, Elliott saying, with then Laura nodding, saying, correct. It's an old eastern castle town in Erebonia, around in Lake Arrow. The town is connected by train to the rest of the country, but other than the train system, it's a pretty remote town that most people wouldn't know about unless without its legends and my family being in charge of the town as well. With Izuku saying, your family in charge of the town? Oh, by any chance, are you a noble? With then soon his eyes widen for a bit as he realized something. Wait, Arcade? That name, if I recall, isn't that the same last name of... Within Machias soon saying, wait, your name sounds so familiar. Wait, could by any chance, could your father be... With then Laura saying, cutting off Machias saying, yes, my father is Viscount Arcade, the Lord of LaGrail. Do you take issue with that, Machias? With then soon Machias begins sweating, saying, no, nothing of the sort. With then Izuku saying, it makes sense on why she would feel, asked that, given your outburst earlier. With then Machias saying, I understand what you're saying, Izuku, but I have no issues with her father. Saying, good, because even if you did, he actually defines the word nobility, especially on who he really is. With then Machias saying, what do you mean? With then Laura saying, Machias, I can only speak for myself, but I don't think I have done anything to shame the name of my family, especially under Adios's eyes. And I can say the same for my father as well. Within Machias sweating even more, saying, Oh, please, no, I take no offense. It was just, I. Within Machias trying to, well, shug the conversation from him, and soon looks at the, well, the brunette-haired, well, braided girl, saying, you haven't, I am not too familiar with you, miss. With soon, Gaius saying, smooth, but still, but I have to say, not too well. Within Rean saying, everyone has their weaknesses. Machias is no better. With soon Izuku saying, I understand that feeling all too well. Within the girl soon saying, my name is Emma Milstein. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I just like Laura, I'm from a far-off district in Arabonia, and I was only able to make it to Thor's by scholarship. And, well, so in fact, I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you and getting to know you all as well. It's a pleasure. Within, Izuku saying, you got in by a scholarship as well? Huh, so we're both here by the same. Within, soon, Izuku saying, wait, if I recall, our instructor said that you got the top score in the entrance exam as well. Then soon, Izuku was actually quite, well, surprised, as since he also met her during the bookstore as well. With soon Maki saying, so she got the highest score in the entrance exam? I'm surprised, and I was outdone by a girl no less. Then Izuku heard this as he soon elbows Machias. Then Machias saying, what was that for, Izuku? Then Izuku saying, trust me, there are some girls in this world that you do not want to underestimate. Then Izuku having that flashes of memories of a certain, well, purple net that basically terrifies Izuku just by the mere sight of her and by thinking of her, saying they can be quite scary. With soon Gaius saying, you must be quite the prodigy then. Within Emma shaking her head saying, I know it may seem like it, but really I'm not that special. I don't even have any real martial arts training by any chance. So they gave me this weapon as a recommendation for me. As she soon brings out that of a purple orbital staff, as it looks like that has a crescent moon shape to it, unlike Elliott's, which is more, well, does look more staff-like. Then Elliott saying, oh, cool, you got an orbital staff just like me, but it looks different from mine. Then Emma saying, well, so it is. I wonder if it's just cosmetic by any chance. Then Izuku saying, maybe, but if they're new types of, well, orbital weapons, they might have different functions based off them, especially if they're based off its user as well. Then Emma looks at Izuku saying, you could be right. Maybe since they are just prototypes, they said they might be able to make more in the future for other people with different designs and different functions for them as well. With soon Rean saying, that's quite the insight you have there, Izuku. With Izuku scratching the back of his head and feeling a little bit nervous, saying, it's just a guess, that's all. I've been around since my dad is a businessman. He's used to, well, traveling the world, speaking of different types of things that he's seen. Weapons are just one of them too, so I just brought it up, that's all. With soon, the brunette-haired girl actually begins humming, and she's been quiet the entire time. With soon Laura saying, looking at the blonde-haired girl saying, is there something wrong? We're all acquainted here now. Why don't you introduce yourself as well? As soon she says this in that of a snarky tone saying, yeah, okay. My name is Elisa R. It's a pleasure to meet almost all of you. With Soon saying that, everybody has a sweat drop on their around their fit around them. With Soon, with Emma saying Elisa, with Soon Laura shaking her head saying Elisa, you don't have to talk like that. With then Elliott saying, so you're from Ruhr? It must be something crazy there, given that, well, they do have technological breakthroughs almost every week, right? With Soon, Elisa saying, I guess so. With Soon saying, Izuku, right? You're from Crossbell. I guess it's better. I guess something like that is way more normal there, right? With Izuku saying, well, yeah, somewhat. The new technology is developed in Crossbell as well, but it's mostly Ruhr that's in the Erebonia that has the most profits in Zemuria, and the most technology developed there too. You could say the businesses in Crossbell mostly improves on the technology that Ruhr makes. That's all. As Izuku scratches the back of his head, given that this is something he's not too familiar with, to be honest. With soon, Elisa saying, oh, sorry, I guess I just shoved that onto you without thinking about how you would feel about it, or your thoughts about it. Then Izuku saying, no, it's okay. I'm not too worried about it. With then Rean soon speaking up saying, so guessing that's what was in your case, that bow. I've never seen a bow like that before. Is there an orbital mechanism built inside of it? With then Elise saying, yes, there is, but it's not like how that's any of your business though. With soon Rean saying, ouch. With Izuku also saying, ouch. Honestly, the way she's speaking, I know how that feels all too well. With then Elliott saying, well, given that we all met up with each other now, and we've been wandering too, why don't we all stick together? It'd be better, don't you guys think? With then Machias soon saying, I agree. Why don't we all stick together? And it wouldn't be right to leave you girls all alone after all. You could need some protect. With then soon Laura cutting off Machias saying, you don't need to worry about that. As soon she unsheaths a great sword on the left side of her. With then soon Izuku and all the other guys' eyes widen, seeing that sword. With soon Machias saying, I beg your pardon? With then Laura saying, I'm quite confident in my swordsmanship skills, and I'll be able to help protect my own group as well. I think it's best if we stay in separate groups after all. To be honest, two of us have still not been accounted for, to be fair. With then hearing this, Izuku saying, oh, right, that makes a lot of sense. If we separate, it would be easier to find our two remaining classmates, and it'd be a lot more faster too. With soon Emma saying, right, that silver-haired girl is still out there, right? We still haven't ran into her. With Gaius saying, agreed, we still haven't ran into her since we met up with the three of you. With soon him saying, with two teams, we'll have double the chance of finding our missing companions, just as Izuku said. That sounds quite well, right? With soon Laura saying, I have no objections. After saying that, sheathing her great sword once again. With soon Alyssa saying, alright. With then putting her orbital bow up and then walking ahead. With soon Laura following after her. With then Emma putting up her orbital staff and saying, we'll see you later then, as she soon walks off as well. with then Rean basically slumping on his shoulder, his arms down to the ground, and sighing pretty deeply in that of depression. With then Elliott saying, "She's really not gonna let that go, isn't she?" With then Izuku saying, "It looks like it. Even though it was an accident, I mean, I did the same thing with..." Soon he remembers that he was, well, under Laura, with her not even bothered by it, as he begins blushing with his ears being quite red. With soon Elliott saying, "Oh, right, you had the same issue with Laura too, but it didn't look like she was too bothered by it." With Gaius saying, "I'm guessing Laura has a more cool head than Alyssa, but even so, I guess it makes no difference to Alyssa by any chance." With then Machias saying, "Still, is no one not bothered with leaving a group of girls in a dungeon like this by any chance?" With then Izuku saying, "Machias, there are 5 of us here. Possibly one of us should go and accompany them if we can." With then Izuku saying, "Machias," with soon Rean basically standing back up from his small moment of depression, saying, "I don't think we need to worry." With then Gaius saying, "Agreed. With Laura around, I think she'll be able to handle herself with those 2 girls. She wears her skills on her sleeve, and she doesn't just wield a sword like that. It's not just for show." But then Maki is saying, "That blade, it's, well, enormous. I would say it's comically huge if it wasn't, well, dangerous." Within saying, "But by the end of the day, a lady's a lady." With once again Izuku jabbing Machias on the side again with his elbow. Within Elliott saying, "She's taller and most likely looks sturdier than me and Izuku combined. But still, it's still surprising seeing anyone that can swing a beast of a blade like that." Within Izuku saying, "I wouldn't say that. I mean, she definitely is taller than me and Elliott, but sturdy." With Izuku actually blushing, remembering having Laura basically fallen on him, with him blushing. With soon Rean saying, "I don't think we need to worry so much about that, especially her." With then everybody looking at Rean with saying, "The Arcade School of Swordsmanship is one of the most iconic schools here in Erebonia. They live by the way of the night as through Erebonia's history. Not only that, her father, Viscount Arcade, is considered to be the strongest man of the country. They call him the Radiant Blade Master." With soon hearing that, Izuku saying, "So that's where I heard Arcade from." With then everybody looking at Izuku. "The Radiant Blade Master is considered to be one of the strongest swordsmen, not just in Erebonia, but possibly one of the top 10 strongest swordsmen in Zemuria. He's well known in Crossbell. Hell, people say that if there was a duel between him and Cassius, the Divine Blade, the battle would be quite, well, something." With then Rean saying, "You're bringing up Cassius Bright, the Divine Blade from the Kingdom of Legrail, and he's also a bracer, if I recall too." With saying, "Yeah. Oh, doesn't he also teach the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style as well?" With saying, "Yeah, he's the first disciple of the person that made the swordsmanship style. But he was the one who bared the original name Divine Blade, the name of those who have mastered the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style." With soon Izuku saying, "Yeah, actually, a bracer in Crossbell also is a Divine Blade as well. He's an S-rank bracer too. His name is Arios McLean, the Divine Blade of Wind. With soon Rean saying, "I'm aware of Arios as well. He's made quite the name for himself. Where Cassius Bright was the one who, well, shown the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style to the public and people. It was Arios who shows on how deadly and how, well, strong and how, well, overwhelming it can be to somebody who's mastered it to a T." With soon Gaius saying, "I've never heard of them before. If Rean, you studied under their swordsmanship, and it seems like you've known them quite a bit." Within Rean saying, "I've never met them in person, but my master who taught me and who created the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style school is the one who says that they're 2 of his best students when he taught them." Within Elliott saying, "Wow, that's quite something. Heck, knowing how well you are using that sword too, Rean, I'm pretty sure you'll be amazing too, aren't you?" With then Rean saying, "I'm, well, not as skilled as those 2 yet. I still have a long way to go." With then Izuku saying, I'm still knowing that the daughter of the Radiant Blade Master is here in Thor's as well. Must be something." Within Rean saying, "I agree, Izuku. To be honest, I don't think any of the students here can even hold a candle against her. Hell, possibly even beat her." With soon Machias saying, "Wow." With Izuku saying, "Definitely." With Gaius saying, "That's quite interesting. Didn't know, even though I never knew that the RSA school still keeps the, well, knightly styles of old Erebonia as alive." With then Izuku saying, "It's quite rare that any old fighting style actually, well, survives this day and age." With then soon Elliott saying, "Wow, you, Rean, Izuku, you guys know quite a bit. This must be a hobby of both of yours?" With soon both Rean and Izuku were surprised by the question, with both of them giving different answers. With soon Rean saying, "Well, I'm a swordsman by trade, so it comes with the territory." With then Izuku saying, "Let's just say I admire strong fighters, people who are tough and also are well renowned, not just for the people, but also for the people that they inspire. So I kind of look up to both the Divine Blades and the Radiant Blade Master." With soon Machias saying, I see. That's quite the, well, ideals you have there, Izuku. But given you're here at Thor's, you might be able to live up to those ideals." With Izuku saying, "Yeah, I hope so. I hope so one day." With then Rean saying, "At any rate, we better go pick up the slack. I'm still worried about that silver-haired girl. We also can't forget about Duke Alvarea's son as well." With then Izuku saying, "Yeah, hopefully they're doing okay. However, that silver-haired girl really, well, catches me off guard." With then some guy saying, "You're saying on how she seemed prepared for what's going to happen." With then Izuku nodded. With soon Machias saying, the silver-haired girl aside, I could care less about that pompous ass. The bastard can rot down here for all I care about." With soon Elliott saying, "Come on now, you shouldn't say that about somebody you just met after all." With then Izuku saying, "Right. I mean, he may have just only said that just to try to lighten up the mood after all." Well, with soon everybody looks at the gray net boy with then saying, okay, he did seem a little bit rude, but still, you did come out strong on how much you dislike the nobility, especially when you said that you would share the same class with both Eustace and Laura, who seem to be nobles. With then Machias saying, well, I can see that Laura is quite kind-hearted and actually seems decent as a noble. But that bastard Alborea, I can tell he's the very definition of a pompous, pain in the ass, and arrogant, self-entitled noble. With soon Rean saying, but still, we should keep going, guys. After that, they continued moving forward through the dungeon, taking out as many monsters as they can, with Izuku quite admired with Machias' orbital shotgun, and asking how long he's had it. With Machias says that he took up shooting lessons when he was younger, needing to defend himself just in case. An orbital shotgun just seems like a perfect tool to defend himself with when coming to Thor's. As soon they continue going on, with Rean stopping alongside Izuku, with soon Maki saying something wrong, with Elliott freaking out saying, more monsters? With then you guys saying, nope, not monsters. More like, with then my Gaius being cut off saying, you're quite sharp, as behind one of the pillars, as it being that the same silver-haired girl from earlier. With then Izuku saying, I'm glad to see that you're doing okay, but seeing that you looked like you were prepared in the beginning, I guess there was nothing to worry about, to be honest. Wasn't there? But soon she's saying that in a deadpan tone, saying, nope, I'm small and quick. None of these monsters can lay a finger on me, to be honest. Oh, right. The name is Fee Classell. And just letting you guys know, you're almost halfway through. Just keep moving forward. So later. With soon Machias saying, hey, wait! With then Elliott saying, are you sure you're going to be okay on your own? With then Fee saying, I'll be fine, don't worry. I'm used to stuff like this. With then Izuku saying, you're used to combat training by any chance? Have you explored dungeons like this on a daily? With then Fee saying, you could say that, but you guys better be careful. See you at the end. With then she running off, as she soon jumps from one wall to another, and soon landing on that of a upper balcony, heading through another corridor. With soon Maki saying, what the? With Elliott going, wow. With soon Gaius saying, she's quite quick on her feet. I guess we really didn't need to worry about her, did we? With then Rean saying, yeah, guess you were right, Izuku. She definitely knows on what she was doing. With soon Izuku saying, yeah, skills like her don't just happen out of the blue. She might have been doubly trained, possibly military trained, given that, Thor's is a military academy. With soon Elliott saying, possibly, but I've never heard of the Classell family in Erebonia. Not really familiar with a military family like that. You, Rean? With then Rean saying, no, not me either. Possibly, is it possibly a regular family that enjoyed the Imperial Army and then most likely trained her? We can't really say for sure, and it's not our place to pry unless Fee wants to tell us. So we should probably get going. With the others soon commenting, yeah. With then, as they continue going forward, as they soon hear that of multiple noises. It sounded like monsters, and that of somewhat of a blade as well. With guys saying, you hear that? Within Rean saying, somebody's fighting up ahead. With then Izuku going, let's go. As the three boys soon run up ahead, with then Machias and Elliott having to play catch up as running after them, as they soon arrive at the fighting where they see the boy Usus Alberea fighting against a small group of monsters, with then Usus stabs one of the flying felines, and then jumps to the side, slashing a coin beetle before preparing his blade for another strike. With soon, everybody was caught off guard and surprised about the swordsmanship of Usus. Within Gaius saying, I'm guessing that this must be another Erebonian fighting style. With then Rean saying, yeah, it's called court fencing. It's a agile and favorable fighting sword style for many of nobility. You will find there's not many who wouldn't use this kind of fighting style of nobles. With then Izuku saying, yeah, I can tell. It's quite agile and deals quick and precise strikes. But to be honest, I was actually worried about Duke Alberea's son, but I'm guessing he didn't really need our help. With then Usus finishing off the slime creature with a wide arc slash. With soon he sheaths his fencing court sword. Within Usus turning around saying, did you all need something? With Machias growling at that tone, at Usus's tone. Where soon Rean actually speaks up saying, sorry, I was just admiring your swordsmanship. With then Izuku saying, yeah, it's quite something, to be honest. Never seen court fencing before. With then they all walk up to, Usus. With then the others alongside Izuku begins introducing themselves again. With soon Usus also introduces himself once again as well. Then he looks at Machias. Within Usus saying, and honestly, I'm quite impressed. I didn't think you had it in you. With then Machias saying, the hell are you talking about? With saying, to be honest, you must have found the error of your ways and cooled yourself, then found yourself back with the others and apologized like a good boy as always. After all, it's the true virtue of the common man of Erebonia. No self-respective noble such as myself would be far too proud to do that after all. What the hell is your damn problem? All you damn nobles are so full of yourselves. I wonder on how you bastards aren't able to freaking pop your heads yet. And honestly, you're not just any old garden variety noble here. Nah, you're part of House Alberea, the highest ranking noble family in the country. Honestly, it seriously pisses me off. I bet you really love looking down on us common folk, just with any fiber of your body, don't you? Within, Usus soon basically scoffs, saying, you're one to talk. I don't need a damn lecture from the son of the imperial governor. Within, both Rean and Elliott were surprised. Within Elliott saying, oh, I thought the name Regnant sounds so familiar. Within Usus saying, Carl Regnance, the very first commoner to earn the title and seat of Imperial Governor of Heimdall. And this headstrong young lad is basically his son from that old block. Wouldn't that make you a bona fide heir for a mere commoner, don't you think? With then Machias soon saying, what the hell does that have to do with anything? Yes, my father is the imperial governor, but he is nothing like you damn nobles. He got there from honest hard work and labor. don't be lumping us with you damn nobles who are given your titles by damn birth. With soon you saying, nope, I don't think that whatsoever. I just see him as that a reformist and a close friend of the Imperial Chancellor. That's all. And I'm pretty sure you all know that his faction is in conflict with that of the noble faction, the head of the four great houses. And when you see it like that, your disdain for the nobility almost seems cheap, don't you say? With then Machias clenching his fist in that of pure rage, saying, "You son of a bitch!" With Elliott saying, "Machias, don't!" With soon Izuku, without thinking, grabs onto Machias with soon and put him in a full Nelson. Within Machias saying, "What the? Izuku, let go of me!" Saying, "He's just trying to taunt you. Machias, please don't. It's not worth it." And with soon Rean saying, "I agree with Izuku. Don't you think that was cheap, Usis?" With soon you saying, "I was just saying my point. That's all." Within Machias saying, please let go of me, Izuku." Within Izuku lets go of him, saying, "Sorry." Then Machias lowers his head for a bit, saying, "Sorry about that. I need to be alone for a little bit, if you will let me." With soon Izuku saying, "Machias, wait." Then soon Rean saying, "I think you went a little too far there, Machias. Dragging Machias into your fight is one thing, but then you dragged his father into it. You are better than that, and you know it." With soon Usis sighs, saying, Yes, perhaps I was a little out of line there. Even I have much to learn too. I get it now." With then Elliott saying, "Whoa." Soon Usis looks at the red-haired boy, saying, "What's wrong?" Saying, "Oh, nothing. It's just, I was just caught off guard. You're the son of a noble, especially the son of Duke Alberea. It's just that I didn't expect a noble to admit that he was wrong. I mean, I'm so sorry." With then Usis saying, "Why are you acting so formally? We may come from different social spheres right now, but currently here at the school, we're all equal and standing the same footing." But that's what I heard. That's all. Within Elliott saying, Yeah, I get it. And I understand." With soon, Gaius looks at Rean and Izuku, saying, "Is class really a big, part of Erebonia?" With then Rean saying, "It's true. The class system is part of Erebonia for years, and it's one of its biggest institutions as well, all the way back." But soon Izuku saying, "Yeah, my dad's originally Erebonia as well, so he's aware of the class system. And no, he didn't leave Erebonia because of the class system either. He just wanted a different life for himself. That's all." But soon Izuku looks at Usis, saying, "So, Usis, you wanna come along with us? I mean, you don't really have to, since Machias said so, right?" With then Usis saying, "Originally I was going to head to the exit by myself, but I'd rather not mirror the actions of his ilk, to be fair. So I'll company with you instead, if that's all right." With Elliott really caught off guard, saying, "What?" With then Usis glaring at Elliott, saying, "I'm just surprised and didn't think we were worthy," with saying, "I'm just glad to have you on the team, though." With soon Izuku scratching on the back of his head, saying, "Wow, if I was in Erebonia, I think I would feel the same way as Elliott would. To be honest, Dad told me on how intense the class system is here. With then Rean saying, don't feel too overwhelmed by it. It's not as bad as you think, Izuku. Trust me. With soon Rean saying, why don't we just get going? With then Izuku saying, yeah. With Gaius commenting saying, let's get moving. With soon a new group being formed, with Machias leaving and Eustace now being part of the team until heading to the end. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to read them. And also, next parts will be the final parts of the prologue of chapter 1 of the prologue in the first Trails of Steel game. I was going to let it be a lot more longer, but again, I made the script way too much given that I had to add dialogue from the game and also make my own take on the combat system, to be fair. So yeah. Also, I heard you guys want Izuku to be paired up with a lot of people in this game, and I'd rather not give Izuku a harem because we already see how much Trails of Cold Steel brings up the whole harem system, and you can only choose one girl at the end during the end of each game. So I'm going to make a poll of 4 girls that Izuku should be paired up with as his love interest. So watch out for that in the future, guys. So at any rate, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification to keep up to date with my videos. And also check out my Discord, my gaming channel, my main channel, and my Patreon. All linked in description below. So with all that said, this is Reuniting, signing out. Later, guys, and take care.